Hello, Geeky Dragon here, and consider this a little bonus video that's doing, as you can see on my screen, the Lair revamp and the hibernational den. I'm going to go through what it looks like now, what it is, and all the things I like and dislike about this. Keep in mind, the opinions I express are purely my own, yada yada yada. Let's get into this. This is going to be a short video, by the way. Well, before we go into mine, let's go through this. The Lair ReVamp hibernational den, organized with tabs and pages, improved filtering and arranging 40 unlockable den slots. It's here, the long-awaited Lair ReVamp. It's now live. Organize your clan using custom tabs and pages, and place some of your favorites within the search Google.
Hibernal.
The Hibernal Den, a brand new optimal cosmetic storage space where dragons won't lose energy. Click here to learn more about this update. The Lair ReVamp is complete and now live across all player accounts. If you haven't yet open a new tab and take a peek at your lair. This revamp allows all players to customize their dragon lair with a number of new organizational options. Dragons can now be placed on different tabs. Dragons can now be placed on specific pages within tabs. Tabs can be designed with custom names and icons. Tabs and pages, thus entire groups of dragons, can easily be moved around to create your ideal layout. It is now possible to designate whether 4 or 5 dragons appear per row. Dragons can be moved to the hibernal den, where they don't lose energy in exchange for not being able to interact with other site features, such as breeding, familiar bonding, or dominance. Quick note, if a part of this walkthrough seems familiar to you, much of this information was stated in our dev update last October, but we weren't able to share several details with you at the time. Edit mode. To get started, click the gear icon within your dragon lair. This will take you into the lair's new edit mode. In edit mode, you'll be able to manage the following things: purchasing, naming, and arranging lair tabs, purchasing additional lair slots, i.e. expanding your lair to the cap, arranging your dragons. All players have had their current active dragons migrated over to a main tab, denoted by a purple arrow. This here. All of your active dragons are displayed sorted into tab pages, identical to how the legacy layer displayed them, i.e. 20 dragons per page. You will easily be able to see where page breaks are as you scroll to view your dragons. While your lair looks different, no changes have been made to your lair's dragon order. It's the same as it was before the Lair ReVamp was launched. By default, new dragons that you will acquire through gameplay, auction house, crossroads, hatched eggs, exact, will be sent to the last page of the main tab. Internally, we have been calling this main tab the Dragon Inbox. This tab will always be flagged with a purple arrow icon so that you can find your newest dragon. In addition to the main tab, all accounts have been given one additional tab for free. This means you can start organizing right away without any investment. If you don't want to use the tab, leave it empty and it won't display to you or others on your lair when you leave edit mode. You can You can purchase additional layer tabs up to a total of 15 in all for treasure. You also have the option to rename any of the tabs, including the main tab, at any time for no cost, and arrange them in whatever order you wish. Taking our example above, you can name the main tab Dragon Inbox. Move it to the rightmost spot of your tab layout and have its only purpose be to handle incoming dragons. Additionally, we've dedicated time to ensure that active rearranging your dragons is much easier on mobile devices. Edit mode was built to recognize your device type, moving dragons, whether it's with a mouse cursor or your fingers, feels as natural as possible. We have also removed a few tooltips from the mobile version so that it's not necessary to click certain buttons more than once just to perform one action. Gone are the days where moving your dragon from page 1 to page 9 was a multi-step process. You can drag that dragon all the way to the bottom of edit mode with its new page in one action. You can even collapse pages you don't want to move the dragon into, making it far easier to avoid mistakes and resulting in far less scrolling overall. It is also possible for you to select multiple dragons at once and either send them to a different tab or into the hibernational den. The sleepy area. I'm just going to name that area the sleepy area, or they don't interact much area. When it comes to this, there's a lot of people, myself included, that are mad that we cannot click a lot of our dragons at once and then move them to a page. Not a different tab, just a different page in the tab. In addition to the tab system, which reminds me I need to click this out, in addition to the tab system, there are also a few more controls with which you can customize your lair. Dragons per page increased. In the legacy system, the number of dragons per page was a minimum/maximum of 20. All accounts have been migrated to the new system, with our dragons preserved in this format. We have increased the maximum number of visible dragons per page to 60. This means that if you want to showcase more than 20 dragons on a particular page of the tab you're working in, you can. What you design within edit mode is what other players will see. Dragons per row. Based on player feedback, you are now able to set whether or not to display 4 or 5 dragons per row. This visual setting can be applied at the tab level. Tab icons. If you like to customize your dragon lair just a little more, you can also designate an icon for each of your tabs. We have a very robust set to start with, and we hope to add more icons over time. We also moved lair expansion information and functions to the top of edit mode rather than the bottom of the last page of your lair. This will allow you to quickly see at a glance how many dragons you currently have and how many your lair can support. Hi. You can easily expand your lair slots and tabs with a click or tap of a button. That's not all though. It's also possible to highlight dragons that meet certain criteria. If you're looking for a specific dragon, selecting a highlight filter will set all other dragons in the lair in a lower opacity, leaving only the ones who meet specific parameters in plain sight. This filtering system can also be toggled on when viewing your lair outside of edit mode by clicking the magnifying glass button before your first tab. Hibernational den. The hibernal den acts as an optional secondary cosmetic storage area for dragons you love and want to keep around, but don't necessarily want to interact with the rest of the game's features and functions. You can jump directly to your hibernational den by clicking the following button at the top of your dragon lair. Dragons inside the hibernational den do not lose energy or eat from your food stores. They do, however, have some restrictions. The following restrictions will apply to regards to moving a dragon to a hibernational den. The dragons cannot be placed in the hibernational den if they are tending a nest, if they are listed in the auction house, if they are a part of your active Coliseum team, if they are attached to a pending crossroads trade, if they have a hibernation cooldown. The following restrictions will apply to dragons that are inside the hibernal den. Dragons in the hibernal den cannot lose energy or be fed, breed, bond with their familiars, be traded via crossroads, or sold via the auction house, be put on a Coliseum team, be exalted. Look at that doggy go! Dragons in the hibernal den can equip/swap familiars, equip apparel and skins, be modified by a certain specialty items like breed or gene scrolls, have their biography edited. The following restrictions will apply with regards to moving a dragon out of the hibernal den. When a dragon is removed from the hibernal den, it will receive a hibernation cooldown of 30 days. It cannot be placed in the den afterwards, be yours or another player's again until the duration expires. There will need to be an empty slot for them in the lair. The den also has an edit mode complete with tabs and pages. You can perform most of the same functions within. There are a few differences. All players start with one free hibernational den tab, their main tab, and 5 free hibernational den slots, each slot accommodating 1 dragon. Beyond the 5 free slots everyone will get, it's possible to expand the hibernational den an additional 400 slots, which means there's 400 extra dragons to your lair, by way of 2 different methods. The item turn-in task, you will be able to unlock 300 total hibernational den slots by completing item turn-in tasks. These tasks begin fairly easily and increase in difficulty the further you go, but all items can be obtained through Flight Rising's various features like Gathering, Marketplace, and the Coliseum. Gems, you will be able to unlock 100 total hibernational den slots by purchasing them with gems, 50 each. If you unlocked all slots in the hibernational den and fully expanded your lair, that's space for a total of 605 dragons. The Lair ReVamp focus was to improve usability and address player feedback on how the lair works. Revamping the infrastructure of how dragons are organized and allowed us to create a foundation for potential improvements, updates, and customization options in the future. Adding an additional dragon storage slot to the lair was not part of this project's goal. We understand this won't be viewed as a popular decision by some of you. and that you may be feeling discouraged. We also understand that it seems like it would be easy to just tack more layer space onto at the same time we deploy the ReVamp. But to put it simply, it's not. Adding additional layer space affects small and large layers in non-uniform ways due to how the energy/hunger mechanic works. We need to allow the addition to the hibernational den to have time to breathe before we revisit that discussion internally. So while we don't have any current plans on additional layer space, we are monitoring how the hibernational den complements current gameplay styles. We encourage everyone to spend time with the added keep it. My speech impediment, everyone. It sucks.
Capacity.
So that's how you say it. Capacity. Capacity. I cannot English well. Our words are hard. For a while, and provide us with feedback once things have settled a bit more. Thank you to everyone who provided feedback in the suggestion forums and developed updates over the years, as this discussion helped shape how this ReVamp came together in the way that it did. We look forward to seeing how all the new and creative ways you showcase your dragons. Thank you all for hanging in there with the long maintenance. We have topped off all of your dragon's energy for you. Going forward, if you want a dragon to be at full energy while hibernating, you'll need to feed them before you send them to the den. If you pull the dragon out to feed it, it will have the hibernation cooldown for 30 days, and it can't be removed, not even by support. And there's new emojis, very important. Yeah, that's important. They're fun little emojis. Now there's a few that I would put in the hibernational den. Dashi. But before that, I want to show you, but I can't right now because everyone's in storage. What I like about this ReVamp, although I wish they kept their old symbol for the familiar. I believe it was a bird, or was it a cat? There was a symbol of an animal for a familiar, and I wish they had this for as a nest. But I also like the idea that you hover on it. But I also like the fact that they've given you a symbol for when they're on a Coliseum team. So that notification is nice. I have to agree with everyone's point of view that it's this is a lot of weight. I feel like we should have to where it's it's a little new. Some people don't like the fact that our dragons are out of the boxes. I like it because it makes me feel better. I wish the pictures were a little bit bigger. Seriously. I have 4 tabs right now. The one you'll first see when you look at the main keep, minority warrior subspecies, breeding pairs, and here temporarily. And yes, I gave each one a little icon because I could. One thing I wish they did do with addition to the tabs is give you a way to name the pages, just for it to be easier Or let me show you. If you minus this, like I'll minus each one. Here. Let's say you have all of them that have dragons are like this, except for the one you're trying to sort dragons out of. There's no name here to tell you what the title is. There's also a few people who want descriptions on these. I'm in for both of those. The additional tab for mine was, it started out with 20,000. It's damn expensive. And I was able, and then it upped by 30. And then, so I think they'll increase by 10,000 treasure. But without further ado, let me exit this and show you how I have mine set it. Right now, my main the main cape, or my main tab here, is set up by flight. Let me also show you my main tab. I changed to the here temporarily tab and moved it to the farthest one in my lair, and there is a method to my net madness. My first page is filled with dragons that aren't mine, but are here for one reason or another. These three here are to be trained. There'll be parents here. These here are first Gen 1s that I am planning on training, and then they're going to leave my lair, either by selling or, in these cases, raffles. Page 3 are my adult exaltees. These three here are going to be me selling them to people for the purpose of exalting after they're leveled. And then last page here, that's going to be for newly hatchlings. But let me show you how this looks. I wish these were a little bit bigger. I'm sorry, we had bigger spaces before. You can do it again, please. I mean, seriously, the space for each one was bigger. I wish this was bigger. For the space for each one was bigger. Because holy crap, that's small. And then there's my subspecies. Well, for the most part, my subspecies. There's also the dragon that holds the info to my subspecies, which I have yet to write down in this tab. Another cool thing would have been if they would allow us to go via a lair tab. Breeding pairs. Now, I've done the limit of 4 to each one. And the reason I've done that is the first page has all my breeding pairs that have mates. I need to edit this. Another thing I like is if you're on one of your tabs, they'll bring you right to it. You see, for the most part, I have females first, then the males. I need to make sure that carries. And there, and I'm happy with that. Now, and out. I wish they brought you back to where the hell you're exiting out of. But as you see, in the ones I'm planning on making pairings from, but I don't have their mates. Let's see if this brings me back to where it was. Let's see. Nope. They might want to fix that, because I can see that as annoying. I went through that hibernational den. It has the little moon sign here. Edit. This is where the mess comes from. You can name these. This is where they're going to be here. Like, where they're all going to drop off when you do use it. I can't right now, but I am planning on using it and using them for little tab things. In the future, I do plan on using this because holy crap. There's 605. 605 divided by 2 equals, you're allowed 302 pairs. And that's me not rounding up, just to make sure. But to add tabs, this one here, which is strange for me, is the additional tab for the sleepy den. I'm now calling it that because I cannot pronounce the word, is 10,000. To start off the other, it was 20,000, which I don't get. I can understand, but at the same time, I don't understand why it was so expensive. To unlock more hibernational slots, your den is currently home to 0 hibernating dragons. You can support up to a total of 5. To increase the total number of hibernating dragons your den can support by obtaining additional slots. The hibernal den logs are unlocked individually by the way of 2 methods: performing turn-in task and purchasing using gems. Only a certain number of slots are available via each method. You can see how many remaining slots unlocked are available per method below. 300 remaining here, 50, 100 here. So that's a total of 400 slots. Cancel. I have to save up my genes for, well, breeding products. But to unlock with items, this I love. This I can get behind. And let's see, I believe I have enough to get me the clay. I believe they asked for 20. Because I stock hoard everything. Because I never know when it's useful or if I will ever be needing to melt it down. You refresh after you take it out. And gravel for travel. And you can get these via various ways. Hoard. I like this idea. But as you can see, I can unlock these 2 now. To trade in the following items to unlock the additional hibernational den slot. Yes. Yes, I will. And then so on and so forth. I believe. And then they also have this here for you to see. Gravel for travel. And the next one's pest control. So I like the idea of this, it's just at this moment in time I can't use it. I wish there was like a way for you to explain what each page does. Like right now, because I don't know how to organize my layer the way I want to, because I am more of a fandom layer with OCs. Like there's Fire Emblem, there's Harry Potter, there's I'm working on Eldria. There's I'm going to be doing characters of My Candy Love. I'm going to be doing characters of Sweet Elite. I'm going to do a breeding pair of each of the Gold's departments. Sweet Elite's departments. But right now, for the main thing, I have them sorted by flight. This is wind, because I'm in the wind. Arcane. Fire. Ice. Water. Lightning. Let's see here. We have a full layer of 5 dragons here. Wind has 5. Arcane has 4. Fire has 4. Ice has 5. Water has 5. Lightning has 5. Shadow has 5. Light has 5. Earth has only 2. I need to get more earth. Nature has 8. My mother's in nature, alright? Deal with it. And plague has 3. As for Minorian warriors, they're like this. Honestly, I wish there was a way because after I get everything to where I want them, I want to be able to go to and list them from Fire Emblem and have each page be the different Fire Emblem games. But again, it's just too much blank space here. I wish they would give us something here. There's a lot of people who, from all this white, gets different, a problem with the colors. There's some here, but they need to be some more down here. Plus, you can increase the size. Those are just blah. But I do like this. I do like the idea of putting icons there. Let's see if there's any way for me to edit the icon for breeding pairs. Wasn't the old breeding pair symbol a chicken? Was it a chicken? I know there was a symbol for pets. There's the cauldron, special eye, new friend, red money bag, mystery bag, money bag, star, subscription update, trade, wing, left wing, right wing, mosquito, treasure, silver coin, crystal ball, dice, 2, DNA, peacock feather, phoenix feather, firework, gear. All the gems are on. Most of the gems are on one layer besides this one here. Come on. Here. Shield. Luck. But there used to be another familiar there. I might have to look through my old videos. No. Cat 1, Cat 2, Cat 5. It would just here. There's the dragon breeds, the bestiary, breeding cooldown, what are you? Guardian angry, guardian. That's a guardian? It looks way too fluffy. But okay. I guess I shouldn't question this too much. Although I'm confused. Plants, symbols, objects. Okay, I can handle that. But the main keep and all like that there, see if I can put an icon here. Probably separate it by each hint. Something that looks sleepy to you. Let's go for that. And then tabs like your layer, you can also have a maximum of 15. I have 7 slots, but they don't show up right now. Which is funny. As you can see, no one seeing anything. Since I like the fact that they're updating that. Ooh, I'm a friend with Raffle. Let's see what hers is. Like, there's some of these that it's like, ooh, these are pretty, and there's others that it's like I don't like going in to because reasons. Kalnor, again, Puri, Rue, Raffle. Plush, open, Platinum Baby Hatcheries. She is one of the most well-organized layers I've come across. So it's one of those things where it's like, I don't think she's on right now. But it's always like someone, it's a weird sense of, ooh, platinum, platinum, platinum. Nice. And let's see if there's anyone else. Norian. Norian would be good. Project said, Shuden is my sibling. You can't hide from me. Heirs. Ooh, they're nice and pretty. I feel like there should be a way for me to copy that. We're good. Don't forget me. You're done, Pipsqueak. They're fighting. Fan Dragons. Nor, Kirby, Ryuma, Rinka. Cool. Lampardzine. Izaru. Dekar. Satori. Alphonse, Chrome. Xander, Malinois, Morgan, Leo. Her Neo's. Like, Leo's nice. The way she has them dressed up. That's nice. What is his skin? Like, was that a custom? But like me, she's a fandom person. And right now, this is so new to me that it's like, this is the best you'll get from me until I can wrap the fact that they're here in my head. But I already spent enough for them to where I now have to pay $4,000 for additional layer tab, which I don't feel like I need right now. But that can change. For those who want to know, they come here to, like, because they're, want to nest and want, your, dragons will be in the first page until they're born. I really despise the fact that you can't see, like, the space needed, but it's a minor gripe. Trading post. Because I haven't looked yet. Let's see what Raffle's needing. Harness term. Yeah. Yapper. Here. I really feel like they need to do more skins here. But that's just me. Of the retired skins that they themselves made. But that's just me. Again, this is, I hoped, me going through the new Lair update helped. And I hope you guys all have a good night.